Real Raymond, and he's here to set it right. Just for kicks, I came to kick the mic. I said I had a long day, but tonight's the night.
Hello and welcome to Life is Life. I'm Real Raymond, and on this episode I feature someone who thinks he's a constant disappointment to his parents. Well, that of course is whatever he's done in his academic years. But then he started something and has been pretty successful, not disappointed at all. And this person has got the entire city binging on his burgers late into the night for most part of the last decade. Please put your hands together and welcome Sergeant Jethro. Thank you so much for making it to Life is Life, Jethro. Such a pleasure.
Thank you for having me here, Rio.
But first of all, let me ask you this, Jethro or Sergeant? How do I address you?
Jethro. Sergeant is my dad's name. Jethro is what I was called named. But yeah, I'd prefer Jethro.
You prefer Jethro. You come from a very typical Mallu family. And I always wanted to ask you this. How did your parents take to this idea of you making burgers, and that too midnight?
Oh, they were really pissed about the fact that I had a proper job and I chose to leave that proper job to start something on my own. Being Mallu and being part of the family that believes degrees, master degrees are very important and you have to climb the ladder at an organization, it was very hard on them. Very, very hard. They
and I can
had
imagine how hard it must have been for you.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you one thing here. Education, utmost important for Mallu parents.
Yeah.
But then you had a stint, like just when you joined college, a lot of people get into doing a lot of things. But then you did something to help some people. Of course, there was an ulterior motive.
I'm guessing you're talking about Indian Academy. When I chose to whack a couple record books, I realized it was being sold for $60 to the seniors. So I thought might as well sell it to them for cheaper. So that's what happened. They ratted me out, and by the end of that year, I got chucked out. Yeah.
And then what happened? You went to pursue education in another institution because you were asked to leave.
Yeah, so they chucked me out by the end of that academic year, which was first PUC. Second PUC, I tried different colleges. None of them accepted me. Baldwin's was the only place that was cool with it, as long as you paid the money. And that's how we went to Baldwin's. Yeah.
I mean, I was going to come to that question when you said Baldwin's. You know, you also told me that you saw a lot of life in Baldwin's.
Yeah.
So from then, you did something that every single person who's, doing PUC or who's not done, finished PUC in the mid-2000s did.
Yeah.
A call center job.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How did that go for you?
Yeah, considering all the pot smoking was learnt in Baldwin's, the call center side was just a magnification of all of that. Okay, so, and you had to only work 4 days a week. For back then, it was a kick-ass option.
You thought somewhere that wasn't the life that was meant for you. And when you decided, I'm going to go to this place to awaken my thoughts and awaken my dreams and another fantasy world that comes out of going there. Where did you go?
Kodaikanal. Where else? The land of your dreams. But here's the thing, right? When I went there, I did not think this is how the outcome would be. But something just flipped. Like the dreams were intense, and I wake up in the morning to think, I don't need to do this anymore. I don't.
Okay.
I don't owe those people an explanation. I'm just walking away. I just don't need to. I didn't have to with regard to work. And yeah, that's how things changed.
All right. So Kodai is where your awakening happened. And how did this thought of let's do burgers happen? Because that's where you stopped working in a corporate atmosphere. You just went in to start something on your own.
So here's the thing, right? With the amount of work experience in the call centers, and it dealt with the different kinds of things, right? From HR to bank work to a lot of stuff. So I kind of got an idea of what I'd be expecting India to be getting into in maybe 10 years, 20 years, 30 years from now. And I realized business. You need to get your business done. You need to have something sorted. Yeah, so burgers happened because I came back and I didn't have a job. I asked this girl out from church and she actually said yes. I did not expect her to say yes. She was one of those girls that had a lot of attitude, at least showed me a lot of attitude. Like, listen, you seem really nice. We should hang out sometime and all of that. Said yes, and I was like, oh, cool.
I want you to describe the girl because the way you described the girl to me, I was like, wow, she must have been someone.
So this is my perspective of it, okay? Very, very pretty. A Malayali Latino is what I would have to say.
Malayali Latino, that's a rare combo, man.
Very, very. Bro, you don't know. Yeah, let's not get into it.
I mean, if she's watching this, she must be thinking, man, I could have just been eating burgers all my life now.
No, I doubt she's watching it.
Let's move on from here. So you decided you're going to make burgers.
Yeah.
And you also told me that you had hardly $2,000 in your pocket.
Yeah.
And you wanted to start off. You had so many challenges. You've never cooked before.
Yeah,
And
I've never touched
Balu
raw
parents
meat.
again coming back.
Yeah.
How did all of this fall in place?
So turns out I asked the girl out. She said yes, and I was like, listen, I'm telling myself, right? I only have $2,000. What am I gonna do? And this idea popped up from 6 months ago, where I thought of the burgers, and looking at Code and how it all spanned out, I was like, okay, let's give it a shot. At least we don't have work right now; we have time. $2,000 for money, and I knew the first day no one's gonna order like 100 burgers, right? So I put $1,000 for materials and mix the whole thing, and $1,000 to advertise. And that's how it ideally started.
What did you prefer, the burger or you?
Let me not answer that question.
All right, so fine, you started the burger scenes and everything. The beef burger, which is what a lot of people love. And of course, you tried and experimented to bring a lot more to the table that is already given, whatever menu you have. But in the beef burger, there is something about it. And first of all, you had no cooking experience.
Yeah.
From where did you get these recipes and ingredients, and how do you go about putting them together?
So yeah, with regard to cooking, I couldn't even touch raw meat. And at that point in time in 2013, when I was wondering what to do, what sort of thing to put in, I had to be different also. I couldn't be the same like everybody else, right? It came down to why would the customer choose us, right? So that's how my mom's beef recipe, I asked my mom to make the patties. First couple of times she helped me, but yeah, that's how it started.
Once mom has given her 2 cents to whatever she thought about it, she started cooking and everything. You wanted to give it a name, a certain brand name to the burgers. What was the first name?
First one was Rastafari. The tagline was one love, one world, one people.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it had nothing, but you never thought of this that, wait, will people even connect to this?
So
As a food joint.
Yeah, my whole concept was these Indians are not going to really eat a burger and all. I'll target the Africans and the Arabs in my area. Okay, so that's probably also why Rastafari at that point in time. But none of them could pronounce Rastafari properly. Yeah, not one.
So that's when it became Jethro.
Then it moved to Meatlicious. A friend of mine was helping me out at that point in time, but then he kind of didn't want to get involved, so it was just left with me. And when he was with me, it was Meatlicious. And then we moved it to Jethro's to make it simpler. A lot of people kept saying J's. I was like, okay, cool, Jethro's.
I mean, I can imagine how, the different kind of connection that you had when you kept saying J's and it's Jethro's Burgers. But, if the burgers and, all of that is that good, then what's in a name?
Yeah.
Which is exactly our venue partners. Do check them out. What a plug-in, that is so smoothly done. I like how your journey is, you started off this entire venture to get serious with the girl, but then eventually you got serious with the business and the burger. Yeah. And you beat some serious competition. Do you ever get an air about yourself and your burgers, like, dude, bro, I got the best burgers, bro?
Yeah, that's happened. I've been humbled quite a few times because of that. Yeah, the pride, you've heard, right? Pride
and
comes
how
before
have
the
you
fall.
been humbled down with this?
Hey, bro. There was this one customer. She calls me and places an order with me for a burger. And it's around 6 in the evening. So she says, I'll come back in half an hour. She doesn't turn up. Of course, it's raining and I try calling her, messaging her. No, she doesn't reply. And then I reply late in the night when I'm closing the place. Listen, this is not cool. You don't bloody ever call again. This is not cool at all. At least have the courtesy to reply or whatever. The next day, I'm waking up at around probably 9:30, 10 in the morning. And I have missed calls on my phone. I call back to find this auntie talking to me saying, how can you use the word bloody with my daughter? Okay. And I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? But she did have a point. This is the customer service industry. And it's not allowed. It's not allowed. You cannot have... My regular basis is bugger, bro, and all that, right? And it's not words that you can actually have.
I mean, I must say, for those of you watching this hospitality business, it's very, very important for you to be warm while you speak to someone. Yeah. And don't ever use the word bloody. Learning from him. But yeah, so how much were you making at point of time as an average?
This was when I started off. When I started off, hardly 5,000, something like that. But then because we were like a night scene and word spread easily, right? And generally, I would be smoking a lot and I'd come with a joint. So suddenly people were like, dude, call this guy. Even if he doesn't get burgers, you'll get smoke a joint. Okay? And a lot of people kept calling me. Till until I think a year or two ago, I did have calls asking me, bro, can you like, I want some burgers, but can you like sort me out? I'm like, what? Sort me out? Huh? Like
So the
what?
Jethro burger joint had a different meaning.
To a lot of people, yeah, to a lot of people. It wasn't that we did.
Okay, for
do
those of
anything.
you watching, many legal teams are watching. No, he's not selling the jeans.
Not at all. Not at all.
Only burgers. Just
Yeah.
sticking to that.
Yeah.
So how much were you making and how much were you paying these guys?
So probably in 6 months from the time I started, because of all these antiques, I was trying to pull, maybe like 20,000, 30,000 a month. Yeah, and these guys would get probably 10K, 8K. That's about it, bro. Those initial days, yeah, that's about it.
So after paying them, you would make about 5 to 10K max.
Yeah, those initial months, yeah.
And what about your expenses, like with respect to all of this? You managed-
Cut, bro, cut, like massively cut. So at this point in time, my parents had moved from the place they were living in, which we were all living in, to an apartment. And this place is like a 5,000 square feet area with garden and all. Okay, and I was like, why you want to move? It's so central technically compared to where they were going, which was interior, like near Kothunur inside and stuff. So I somehow fought with them, got the place. So I had to cut down a lot of like luxuries. Yeah, couldn't have like a bed and all for like at least 8 months.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was the floor.
I mean, it's not a rags to riches story. It's just
Nah.
about a journey of everybody.
Yeah, yeah,
Right?
yeah. Everyone has this path to take. Yeah.
Now we take a few fun turns in this whole chat with you. I know if it's a perception, but a lot of people believe and agree that you make stoner food. Do you agree?
Totally.
Yeah?
Totally. Yeah,
And-
absolutely. I know what a stoner was. Yeah, for sure.
Well, this is one thing that I want to ask you because I've not tasted this apart from your place, right? The peanut bacon burger.
Yeah.
But before, let me tell you, the veg burger that I've had is easily the best that I've ever eaten till now. Veg burger.
Thank you very much.
I wonder if that still exists.
It does.
It does?
It does.
Okay, so the peanut bacon burger. Did you ever get this perception when you were, taking part in your vices that the perception of taste is going to be this way, and I'm going to come out with this burger, or was it just an
So
experiment?
here's the thing about that, right? It was my brother's idea. It wasn't me. Initially I thought, what the hell is this guy up to? But he's a really good cook, yeah? Way better than me. In fact, my parents thought he would do something like that as opposed to me starting something on these lines. And he came up with the idea with peanut butter and ham, peanut butter and bacon, and peanut butter and chicken with jalapenos. The others don't have jalapenos. Yeah, he's the one that came up with that. Once I tasted it, I was like, come on,
The seed.
sold. Yeah.
So were you a little,
Yeah.
So it enhanced the taste a little more?
For sure. For sure.
So you've been a proper night scene for the longest time, and then you started off with the cafe recently. But ever did it occur to you that, man, if I start during a daytime, my numbers will probably increase? That thought ever occur?
Yeah, which is why we completely moved to like a day scene now, and we don't have a night scene. But what I realized is the guys who we cater to in the night, poor fellows, they really complain, and I need to get back. Once I have more manpower, I will have a night scene, at least until around 1 o'clock. Because nowadays, we generally sell out by around 9:30. And the guys I call later are like, dude, come on, man. Please make some more.
There is hope. For those of you night crawlers, there is hope that you will get Jethro burgers post what time?
Up or to 1 o'clock.
Till what?
Soon, starting soon, but
After
not right
that,
now.
if you don't get burgers, don't harass him, man, because he's going to tell us a story where I want to ask you, but many times you have many weird things that happen when people place orders or we go and drop orders. And apparently there was a guy who didn't like the way you said bro.
Yeah, man. So there was this one chap who called me. I said, listen, we're all sold out. Call me in 15 minutes. I'll maybe if I can sort something out. He did call in 15 minutes. Again, I was like, dude, I'm really sorry, but we're all sold out, bro. And then he's like, okay, he hangs up, calls back in 15 minutes again. He's like, how can you call me bro? He starts off like that. He starts the call like that. Am I your brother? Do anything like a macha or any of that? I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, but that's how I generally talk to people. He was like, dude, this is the service industry. How can you say something like that? So there have been instances like this. Yeah, people fighting with me because they're drunk and at that point in time they can't get the food. Oh man, yeah.
Since we have to get you doing, this is a routine on the show. Every guest gets to play a game
Okay.
that has something to do with their life.
Okay.
And in your terms, it's something to do with the burgers, right?
Yeah.
It's not easy to eat a Jethro burger without being messy.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So the contest now the both of us will have, I'm tried and thought of doing something where we have as many burgers, but then you said you don't have that kind of an appetite.
Oh, I can't.
So it's as simple as this. The both of us will eat one of your burgers.
Okay.
The quickest one wins, but then we're not going to use our hands.
Oh, really?
All right, so our table is set and we're all set to get into this competitive mode. It's called the Handicapped Gluttony, just a random name that we popped up with. So this is one of your famous burgers that we divided into two. The only reason we divided into two because we know that we can't eat the burger without using our hands, because that's what we're going to be doing.
Okay.
So no using hands.
Okay.
All right, no using tissue paper.
Okay.
Right till the end of this game.
Okay.
Whoever can finish it first wins.
Okay.
But before we go ahead and compete, what burger are we going to be feasting on today?
This is a beef burger. It's actually the first burger that was on our menu. It's what made us famous, in fact. It's 250 grams of beef, no potatoes. Yeah. Come on. I hope you're ready.
I've not eaten anything for 2 days, bro. The moment that I'm cooking, I can already see my mouth watering. I'm already drooling. I can't control this anymore. So, you're ready?
Come on. Come on.
Wait, let me just take my saliva back. All right, so I'm ready. We're good to go. I think they're getting hungry looking at us.
For sure.
Oh God. I think some meal stuck on my nose.
Come on, come on.
My height. Done. I'm a true glutton, I can tell. Anyone got a timer? No. Well, you know what? I think I went at that pace because it was that good.
Bro, it's freaking clean.
I can eat more. But anyway, thank you so much for coming.
Hey,
You want to take that as a parcel?
No, I'll finish it now. The only time...
Man, it's so good. I can't stop eating this. I can go for another 3-4 rounds, I think. But anyway, thank you so much once again.
Anytime,
Absolute
Rio.
pleasure for coming by and letting us know what your life is like. And let the world know. Don't get disappointed with yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me over.
All of us have expectations. All of us have disappointments. We're disappointed by others. We're disappointed by ourselves. We're disappointed with what not around us. But here, let us take a moment and remember what Martin Luther King once told. Keep your hopes as finite as possible and keep your disappointment to a finite level. Because at the end of the day, all you need is hope to carry on.
Things get twisted, but life is life. Life ain't fair, but life is life.